Ashley made so many muffins. It is what I've been having for breakfast, and it's been great. What was the new family recipe that you have not tried in forever?
Growing up, my Nana would make us these cranberry orange muffins. So I tracked down the recipe through the family grapevine and I made a buttload of them.
Do you have a bunch of recipes that are shared amongst family members? And
Yeah, so after my grandparents passed, my parents asked if there was anything that I would like to get. And I'm not super sentimental, and so the only thing I asked for is if it wouldn't upset, the aunts and my dad, I would love to have Nana's, recipes. And the plan is to put it together in sort of a book and recreate it to give to, the other family members.
Cool.
But that I had sort of the physical, and it was really sweet to sit down and go through them all and see Nana's handwritten notes, and it would be oh, this is from Mrs. Johnson down the street, and or Mr. Joe, wife from Sid's work. And so it was really fun to sort of read all of the little notations and then actually bake it for 5 minutes longer or 10 degrees cooler than what the recipe says. So it was fun, and yeah.
Sid's wife actually had it wrong. We should cook it for you.
Right? So it was one of those things. It's really, I really like family recipes and how they go through, and food just has such a, at least in my world, is very much, there's many, many memories that are in them, so it was special to have them.
That's great.
Yeah, so we were all just sitting on the living room floor with, this old paper everywhere.
Nice.
Just, yeah.
That's a cool little memento thing to go through. Yeah, that's not an uncommon family recipe story that I have heard. So I love getting to hear that other people are also That's how recipes were distributed amongst people before the internet.
Exactly.
It's cool to see.
Yeah.
Because I too, I'm a good cook and I like to cook. I collected recipe books from the churches.
Oh.
The old handmade ones where they're tied together with ribbon.
Yeah.
And I have one that's my former husband's grandmother's.
Oh.
That's like that. It's all got little notations in it, but I have 3 or 4 of those that they're all they're a homemade book.
Yeah.
They're typewritten.
Yeah.
With the errors and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And some of the best food I've ever cooked
exactly.
come out of those.
Exactly. Those recipes stand tried and true for years. Yes, new recipes are created all the time, but sometimes
these are family secrets that were modified and adjusted and perfected over years and sometimes generations.
Yeah, and it's one of those I think my muffins came out really well, but for me, of course, they'll never be quite the same. Even if I followed everything, if she had been standing right next to me, they still would never be quite the same as what I remember. But it's sort of just that nice little connection I still have. And for me, I enjoy cooking, but baking is really
that's your stick?
It's a release for me too, because baking is a science. You can't just generally go, other than if you have a very basic cookie dough recipe, then you can add whatever you want to it. But for the most part, baking, it's a science. You have to follow a recipe. There's this much butter and this much flour or whatever.
You'll find this. I have a cookbook. I have my 5 Roses flour from 1921, and it has, because it was wartime and all that kind of stuff, it has things you can substitute for eggs. It has a 1-egg cake, a 2-egg cake. It has what you can put in instead. Mm-hmm. And man, that thing is so beat. I have used that so many times.
Yeah, I love it. My family has these almond cookies too that my nana made all the time, and they're so good. It's one of those when I start making them, the text goes out to the other family members being I just needed to make them, and it's oh, I wish we were in the same city. And like just the smell that comes out of the kitchen, because there's also like almond extract in the batter as well, and then a roasted almond on top.
Nice.
Maybe that's an idea for Desert Quest one year. We can get everybody's
A
favorite,
bake-a-thon?
get everybody's favorite family recipes
Yeah.
and combine it into a Desert
So
Quest cookbook
Ashton,
or
just
something.
to bend that a little bit, I did have a party long time ago in my youther days when
Youther days.
yeah, well, and the deal was
Were you a
had to
Lutheran?
bring your weird family snack. The one that you were a little embarrassed that your parents made you eat. And so everybody showed up with something, and what was ours? Ours was, oh my God, it was horrible. It was bread with a can of mushroom soup spread on it, and then rolled up with celery salt on top, and then baked in the oven.
When you say like a can of mushroom soup,
Yeah.
you're talking about the
Like
condensed,
cream of mushroom,
Cream of
like
mushroom,
Campbell's
condensed,
cream of
yeah.
mushroom soup.
condensed
Oh, yeah.
soup
Yeah.
before you add the
Yeah.
cream or the water
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah. So everybody had some
Yeah.
weird hors d'oeuvre or something that
Yeah.
their family had made.
Yeah.
Oh, it was funny.
That's
It was
cool. It must have
funny.
been a lot of eccentric stuff in there. I would have loved to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, those are the kind of things that are really, like, yeah, there's a lot of connection with people and food.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then there's Carrie.
A lot of connection with Carrie. Very true.